Hello, we're in Deb's kitchen. I'm going to be making some easy instant pot cilantro infused rice, white rice. A lot of people have been asking for that recipe, so here it is, an instant pot rice recipe. For Deb's version of this rice, you know I always tweak it. I'm going to be using 2 cups of long grain rice. You can use jasmine. I'm going to be using a ½ cup of bell pepper diced, some lime zest. I'm going to be using fresh cilantro as well as dry, and we're going to use a chicken pollo broth. Okay, I've soaked my rice because when you're going to be making a steamed rice, you need to soak your rice, and I already rinsed it once, but you need to rinse it good until the waters run clear. So my 2 cups of rice is going into my Instant Pot. Make sure your hands are clean. This is a very easy recipe. 2 cups of water, to which I will be adding some bouillon, 1 tablespoon. I'm using the granulated bouillon, but you can use chicken broth if you have it. And always taste your broth, because however your broth tastes, that's how your rice will taste. That's plenty salty, 1 tablespoon. I don't want it to overcome my rice. I'm using 2 cups of that chicken bouillon, a tablespoon of fresh cilantro, a ½ cup of my diced peppers, and then I'm going to zest some of this lime into the rice. It'll give it a nice, the oils from the lime will give it a nice profile. I normally would add more cilantro, but that's all I had, so I'm going to add a tablespoon of dry cilantro. That's fine. Let's give this a quick stir. And then we're going to put on our Instant Pot lid. A lot of you have an Instant Pot, but you're afraid to use it. It's not very difficult to use. This is the Instant Pot brand, and if you see on the top, it has this, and this is a toggle down to sealing. When you seal, push it up to the clockwise to the maximum, it's sealed. When you push it down, it's venting. That means you're letting out the steam. This red button rises as the pressure builds. Okay, so once you get the lid on, you see an arrow here. This is to close. It points that way. Open this way. Self-explanatory. You're going to hear a little tinkle when it's sealing. So that means it's locked. These arrows are aligned. Now you have your settings. Your pressure cooker's on. We're going to be cooking at high pressure. And we're going to be doing 3 minutes, so the plus adds minutes. 1, 2, 3. We're going to leave it. It's ready to go. And when this starts, we're going to push this up to sealing, and this red button will rise when it's ready to cook. And at 3 minutes, it's going to start counting down. At 3 minutes, we're going to keep an eye on this, because once it's cooked, it comes back down to 0. We're going to let it slow release for 10 minutes before we open our pot. Okay, as you can notice, it's at 3. Once it starts 3, that means it's ready to cook and it's counting down. So that's the time you keep an eye and set your time clock for 3 minutes. As soon as it says 0, we are going to slow release the pressure, and we're going to let it release itself slowly for 10 minutes. Okay, it's 3 minutes has already passed, and now you see it says low. We're going to slow release it. That means we're going to let it natural release for 10 minutes, and it will count for you. It'll start saying 1 minute, 2 minutes, and when you see it at 10 minutes, that's when we're going to release the remaining pressure. Because if you will notice, this red button is still up. Never try to open it when this is up. It has to be fully flat. So at 10 minutes, we are going to release the pressure if it's still up, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, here it says 10. That means it's been releasing its pressure for 10 minutes naturally. As you can see, this is still up, and we want to take it out now. So what do? Never try to release it when that's up. But, see this here? We're going to naturally release it, quick release it, but you're not going to put your arm over this to do anything at all. You do not want your hand there, because the steam will be coming out. My safety tool I get something, stand away, push it all the way down to venting, and let the steam come out naturally. And once that red little button falls down, safe to open your Instant Pot. Don't forget, if you want to see more recipes, don't forget to like and subscribe, and the recipe will be in the description. And if you want to see more Instant Pot recipes, more air fryer recipes, give me a holler. Okay, it's safe to release. As you can see, the red button dropped down. So this says close, that says open. So turn it to open. Look inside. Your rice is perfectly ready. Now we need to transfer it immediately out of here. If you leave it in your Instant Pot, it will continue to cook. Okay, we're taking it out and we're going to transfer it to a bowl. We don't want it sticking. Watch out for the steam, it's going to be hot. You might want to do it like this. I caught a little bit of steam there. But it's very important you take it out immediately. It'll scorch on the bottom and it will continue to cook. I'm going to zest a little more of this lime in here for a bit of freshness before I cut it, because we're going to squeeze lime in here as well. And if I had more cilantro, which I wish I did, I would chop more in here for freshness. So if you want to keep that in mind, when you buy a bunch of cilantro, after you're done, you're going to chop it up and add some more. So here's our lime. We're going to take it and we're just going to squeeze a half of a lime over this. Then we're going to toss it. We just want to fluff it. Do not mess too much with your rice. Just toss it over like if you're tossing a salad, to just make sure we mix all those ingredients. There it is. Okay, this is my version of the cilantro-lime rice. There's many versions. As you see, I added chicken broth because I wanted some flavor to it. And I also added some bell pepper because I happen to like bell pepper in mine. And we're going to give it a taste. Very delicious. It has a chickeny taste, kind of a light, brothy taste. This is going to go delicious with my picadillo ground beef stew recipe. So have a blessed day, and you've been in Deb's Kitchen.